Many older adults notice subtle stiffness when rising from chairs, gardening, or walking upstairs, yet dismiss it as normal aging. That quiet discomfort often grows slowly, becoming the constant ache that people attribute entirely to worn joints or passing years. But new research suggests something far more hopeful. The cause isn't simply age, it's a correctable daily movement pattern. A 2024 review from a major U.S. orthopedic research institute revealed that repetitive joint misalignment accelerates cartilage wear dramatically. Dr. Emily Carter, an orthopedic specialist from Boston, explains that age weakens tissue slowly, but poor posture multiplies stress instantly. This insight reframes knee pain from destiny to design, meaning small behavioral changes can relieve enormous strain quickly and safely. Most seniors unknowingly create these pressures every day through seemingly harmless habits, from sitting too long to standing with locked knees. Even routine tasks like sweeping, gardening, or climbing steps can compound stress if the knee tracks slightly inward or outward. Over time, that subtle imbalance irritates soft tissue, reducing shock absorption and creating friction that feels like premature aging itself. Imagine your knee joint as a door hinge that slowly squeaks when opened unevenly. Repetition, not age, is what causes wear. The truth is encouraging. The body's structure adapts continuously, meaning mindful adjustment can rebuild alignment and ease discomfort almost immediately. Yet few people are ever told that their pain may stem from everyday posture rather than irreversible degeneration. That misunderstanding leads many to limit activity, unintentionally weakening supportive muscles that could protect their knees more effectively. The emotional result is discouragement, believing decline is unavoidable instead of understanding the science of preventable imbalance. Dr. James Thompson from Cambridge University calls this the silent epidemic of misalignment, responsible for countless avoidable knee complaints in older adults. He notes that awareness alone can shift outcomes. When posture improves, pressure drops, and healing begins within weeks. It's empowering knowledge. Your knees aren't failing. They're reacting to signals you can consciously correct starting right now. When seniors adopt safer daily positions, bending at the hips, relaxing the knees slightly, pain often diminishes surprisingly fast. This revelation offers relief and motivation, replacing fear with control and restoring confidence that mobility can return safely and sustainably. Before revealing exactly what movement habit quietly harms your knees most, let's uncover why these joints are uniquely vulnerable to decline. Most people assume knee pain arrives with birthdays, yet science reveals a different story hidden in posture and movement habits. When the body stops distributing weight evenly, joints absorb forces that supportive muscles were meant to manage effortlessly every day. This subtle imbalance shifts stress from strong stabilizers like thighs and hips directly into delicate cartilage meant for cushioning motion. Researchers at a leading UK physiotherapy university discovered that poor alignment increases knee stress by nearly 30% in seniors. That means a small habitual tilt, a turned foot or locked stance, multiplies pressure every time you walk or bend. Dr. Helen Ward, a respected physiotherapist from London, explains that alignment errors accumulate silently, eroding joint balance faster than age itself. She adds that decades of sitting with bent knees or crossing legs weaken stabilizers that keep the joint properly supported and centered. Imagine crouching to pick up a dropped item. Your weight often lands unevenly, forcing one side to carry the load alone. Now multiply that pattern thousands of times across years, and the cartilage gradually flattens under one-directional compression without true recovery. It's not aging doing the damage. It's repetition under poor geometry, the body moving outside its natural mechanical design. Even standing still can strain joints if knees remain locked, preventing small muscle adjustments that absorb daily microshocks from gravity. Dr. Ward describes this as the quiet, training effect of stillness, where the body unknowingly learns harmful patterns through convenience. For example, long car rides, soft chairs, and hours at a desk teach muscles to disengage, transferring tension downward to joints. The knees then act as shock absorbers for inactivity, a role they were never intended to perform continuously or unconsciously. Yet, this understanding should feel freeing, not frightening, because it means damage isn't permanent, it's mechanical, and mechanics can change. Once alignment improves, pressure redistributes naturally, allowing tissue to heal and inflammation to subside through restored muscular participation again. That's why posture correction programs now accompany many rehabilitation plans across North America and Europe, focusing on reawakening leg stability networks. It's not about perfect form, but consistent awareness, learning to feel balance through feet, hips, and spine, working together harmoniously. When movement becomes mindful, each step strengthens protection instead of grinding cartilage further with each careless repetition or awkward stance. The old belief claimed arthritis simply happened, yet the new truth shows we teach our joints how to age daily. And the beautiful part is that unlearning those habits begins immediately once you know what your knees truly need most. Now let's look inside the knee to see how one tiny imbalance can create years of discomfort and decline. When most seniors hear the word knee pain, they imagine torn cartilage or arthritis eating away at joint surfaces relentlessly. But modern orthopedic science paints a clearer, more empowering picture. Discomfort often begins with mechanical imbalance, not irreversible structural damage. The knee is a hinge joint connecting the femur, tibia, and patella, stabilized by strong ligaments and surrounding supportive muscles. When alignment stays correct, these tissues share weight evenly, maintaining a smooth gliding motion that keeps cartilage nourished and resilient. Yet when one habit dominates daily life, standing with locked knees, sitting cross-legged, or descending stairs abruptly, strain accumulates gradually. A 2024 Canadian orthopedic imaging study confirmed that microcompression from repetitive imbalance increases inflammation even in knees without visible degeneration. Researchers observed that when muscles disengaged, small impact points developed where pressure overloaded one region, triggering local heat and swelling. Dr. Michael Turner, a Canadian orthopedic researcher, explains that most pain begins as mechanical irritation long before medical imaging detects true damage. That means your body warns you early through discomfort, asking for correction rather than announcing permanent injury or hopeless decline. Think of your knee like a car door hinge that squeaks because it's dry and moved unevenly over time. You wouldn't replace the door. You'd restore lubrication and adjust the angle so friction fades, restoring silent, fluid motion again. Likewise, the knee's cartilage depends on regular movement for nourishment, since it receives no direct blood supply like muscle tissue does. When movement stops or becomes imbalanced, essential joint fluid stagnates, starving cartilage cells that rely on pressure changes for oxygen exchange. Prolonged stillness or locked posture dries the hinge, while irregular motion rubs away protective layers, leaving sensitive nerves exposed. Those nerves then overreact, sending amplified pain signals that exaggerate the problem, convincing you the joint is more damaged than it is. This misunderstanding often leads older adults to avoid movement entirely, ironically worsening circulation, stiffness, and tissue weakness day by day. Dr. Turner describes this as the paradox of rest, where inactivity delays healing by depriving the joint of the motion it requires. Your body isn't breaking down. It's responding intelligently to miscommunication. Muscles stop stabilizing, and the knee compensates by overworking itself. The quadriceps, hamstrings, and calf muscles must function like a balanced pulley system, distributing load evenly across every step or bend. When one side weakens, for instance, tight hamstrings pulling backward, the knee loses symmetry, forcing cartilage to bear uneven friction. Over months or years, this produces tenderness, clicking, or that familiar grinding sound many describe as sand under the kneecap. However, the beauty of biomechanics is reversibility. Once you restore symmetry, the joint's internal environment begins recovering naturally. Simple daily alignment drills and mindful walking retrain the nervous system to engage stabilizers before load transfers into the joint. Blood circulation improves, inflammatory fluid drains, and proprioceptive nerves, those sensing position and pressure, relearn proper communication pathways. This chain reaction reduces pain not by numbing nerves, but by teaching them that movement is safe, stable, and balanced again. Pain, therefore, is not a punishment, but feedback, your body's intelligent request for better alignment and conscious control. Dr. Turner emphasizes, pain does not always equal damage. It's an invitation to listen, adjust, and restore equilibrium internally. That insight transforms fear into awareness, allowing seniors to view discomfort as guidance rather than evidence of irreversible decline. It's never too late for change. Cartilage remains adaptive when given consistent, gentle motion and proper mechanical support. Modern rehabilitation programs now focus on these corrective patterns instead of aggressive exercise, teaching safe coordination before adding intensity. Once you understand that pain is a signal, not destiny, you can begin restoring confidence with every deliberate, supported step. So how do you correct years of wear safely, without surgery, injections, or exhausting gym workouts that risk further strain? Now that you understand how mechanical imbalance damages the knees, it's time to restore balance through deliberate, corrective movement. This doctor-backed 3-step routine was designed specifically for adults over 55 who want stability without risky exertion or pain. Each phase rebuilds coordination, circulation, and joint protection by reawakening dormant muscles that should have been sharing the workload daily. The process is simple but powerful. Performed consistently, it strengthens the foundation that supports walking, climbing, and effortless standing again. Before starting, check with your clinician or physiotherapist to confirm these exercises match your personal comfort and mobility range. Safety matters most. If sharp pain appears, stop immediately. Rest and resume later when your body feels ready again. The purpose here isn't intensity, but awareness. Learning to move with precision, balance, and gentle persistence over brute effort. Step 1. Rebalance focuses on activating the quadriceps and hamstrings, the opposing muscles that control knee stability and motion together. Begin seated on a sturdy chair with your back straight, feet flat, and hands resting gently on your thighs for support. Extend one leg slowly forward, hold for 5 seconds, and lower it with control while keeping breathing steady throughout the motion. Alternate sides for 10 repetitions, feeling the top of each thigh contract, signaling dormant stabilizers to awaken and assist alignment. Next, perform a gentle wall sit. Lean back against a wall, knees slightly bent, and hold for 10 calm seconds. This exercise strengthens large muscle groups that absorb shock, relieving cartilage from unnecessary stress and reducing grinding sensations significantly. Dr. Emily Carter, a Harvard-trained rehabilitation specialist, calls this teaching the legs to share responsibility instead of punishing the joints alone. When practiced daily, this first step restores muscular harmony, preparing the body for improved balance and posture awareness during everyday tasks. Step 2. Reposition trains alignment through conscious weight distribution across the hips, knees, and ankles with every motion you perform. Stand upright near a countertop or wall for stability, feet shoulder-width apart, and shoulders relaxed to encourage proper posture naturally. Shift your weight gently onto one foot, then the other, ensuring both knees track forward without collapsing inward or rolling outward. This subtle awareness teaches balance mechanics, reminding the nervous system how correct movement feels when symmetry replaces strain and misalignment. Practice while climbing stairs by pressing evenly through the entire foot. avoiding excessive pressure on your toes or inner knee line. Dr. James Thompson from Cambridge University emphasizes that correct weight transfer is therapy in motion, not merely prevention of further injury. Consistency retrains your body to move efficiently, using structure rather than strength, minimizing wear even during ordinary walking or bending. Step 3. Restore enhances circulation through rhythmic motion, reintroducing oxygen and nutrients that accelerate tissue recovery and joint lubrication. Stand tall, holding a stable surface if needed, and perform gentle marching steps for 60 seconds while breathing evenly and calmly. This movement acts like an internal pump, flushing stiffness while delivering warmth that eases tension and revives flexibility throughout both legs. Follow with supported squats. Lower your hips slightly, pause, then rise with focus, keeping heels grounded and chest upright confidently. These controlled motions re-educate proprioception, the brain's sense of position, improving coordination that protects joints from slips or sudden instability. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a Canadian physical therapist, explains, circulation is the forgotten healer. Motion restores vitality faster than medication ever could. Together, these steps rebuild endurance, strengthen connective tissue, and boost confidence that once felt lost to chronic stiffness or pain. You're not fragile. Your knees simply needed direction, and now you've begun teaching them to function as they were designed. Let's see what happens when real people apply this plan, even those who feared their walking days were over. Real change doesn't always begin in clinics or gyms. It often starts quietly at home, with small, consistent acts of movement. 69-year-old Margaret Collins from Ontario once believed her gardening days were over after years of stiffness and aching steps. She started the 3-step routine slowly, sitting beside her patio wall, focusing on balance and breathing rather than strength alone. Within 10 days, she noticed herself crouching comfortably again, planting tulips without the usual hesitation or fear of sudden pain. Her doctor confirmed increased joint mobility and reduced inflammation, proof that patience and daily attention had reawakened her natural resilience. Across the ocean, 74-year-old David Hughes from London faced a different challenge. Climbing stairs had become his greatest source of anxiety. For months, he relied on handrails, worried that each step might buckle under unpredictable weakness or lingering sharp discomfort. After practicing reposition and circulation steps faithfully for 2 weeks, his confidence returned as balance replaced fear and hesitation. He now walks to his second-floor workshop unaided, saying, "It's like I've reclaimed the freedom I thought belonged to my past." Meanwhile, 62-year-old retired teacher Linda Harris from Texas rediscovered her love for weekend hiking with gentle consistency and mindful pacing. Before beginning, she described her knees as fragile hinges, yet gradual strengthening soon made uneven trails feel inviting again. Her physiotherapist noted improved coordination and stronger stabilizer engagement, a direct reflection of regained communication between muscle and joint. These transformations aren't miracles. They are the predictable outcomes of alignment, movement, and the body's extraordinary capacity for adaptation. Doctors reviewing these stories emphasize that real improvement doesn't demand perfection, just persistence guided by safety and self-awareness daily. The emotional shift is profound, from frustration and dependence to trust in one's own steady, capable body once again. Dr. Michael Turner from Vancouver summarizes it best. The human body never forgets movement. It simply waits to be reminded gently. If this story gives you hope, share it with someone over 60 who deserves to walk without fear again. Tell us your age and personal goal in the comments. Every shared experience strengthens our growing circle of inspiration and resilience. Your body hasn't forgotten how to move. It's waiting for you to remember how and begin today.